Hey there folks, welcome back or to the channel. My name is Brendan and today I'm going to show you 6 things I've done to the inside of my 5th generation RAV4 to improve the comfort and functionality of the vehicle that you can too. Let's take a look. Now these are things you can do on any trim level of RAV4, from the LE all the way up to the TRD OffRoad. They don't require any particular level of mechanical skill. If you've built a Lego set before in your life, you can probably do these modifications or upgrades to your RAV4 really easily. This video is going to concentrate on modifications I've done to the inside of the vehicle. So if you like what you see and you want to see what I've done to the outside of the vehicle, you should subscribe and follow along for part 2. That's coming soon. So let's get started. One of the first things I noticed when I first got the car was just how dark the original light bulbs were on the interior. So I immediately switched those out to a set of LEDs from a company called Fireflies, which is a bad name, but the lights are great. Now, why would you want to switch out all the light bulbs in your car? Well, I mean, I don't know if it annoys you, but I just found the vehicle extremely dark, and it's a lot nicer to find things in your vehicle when you flip the light switch and you can actually see, instead of it being just sort of like a soft, fuzzy yellow glow. Another reason is that LEDs are far more efficient than regular incandescent bulbs. So if you happen to leave one of them on, let's say you have to leave one of them on, or let's say you're out camping in the woods and you leave one of your doors open for a longer period of time than you normally would than if you were just, say, parking at the Walmart or Costco or whatever, then having a higher efficiency bulb in your car is going to make sure that you don't drain your battery, which is pretty cool. The light bulbs are a different temperature than the original bulbs. The original bulbs were more of a yellowish orange, and these are definitely like a cool, clear white. Obviously, it's the daytime. You get the impression that they're brighter. I'll shoot some other B-roll of the car at night just so you can get an impression of what the lights actually look like, but they're significantly brighter than the original light bulbs on the inside. So if you enjoy seeing things, if you find your car too dark, this is an excellent solution. It's really not that hard to do. The kit comes with a pry tool that you pop into certain corners of the various light sockets, and then you simply unplug the original light bulb and plug the new one back in. It is super easy to do. It takes absolutely no mechanical know-how. You could even do it with a screwdriver, but the pry tool is really handy because it's just soft plastic, so it won't like stab your headliner or anything like that. One of the best things I've done to the interior of the car, for sure. Speaking of lights, when the car shipped, only the driver's window switch had a light in it, which meant that when you were driving at night and you wanted to roll down more than one window, it was kind of hard to see where these other 3 buttons were. I know this is like a middling annoyance, but it was really dumb to me that these 3 buttons also didn't have lights. You know what else didn't also have lights? This one and the 2 in the back. So what I immediately did was buy these that you're now seeing on the screen and switch them out. Again, it's a pretty simple process. You take your pry tool and you stick it in and around the outside of this trim piece and the ones on the other side of the door. Pretty straightforward. You pop your pry tool in here, and up in the front there, and then you switch out this bit that you can get in the kit, which now all have lights in them. Yay. Moving right along to my next thing was this, which is a knee pad. The ABS plastic in the RAV4 is, you know, nice and durable, which is good. It'll last a long time, but it's also not very comfortable. So what I did is I found this knee pad on the old Amazon, and it just attaches right here with a bunch of double-sided tape. And you know, if you're tall or if you just have long legs, it's kind of nice to not have your knee knocking against the hard ABS plastic right there the entire time. so next on the list is a wireless CarPlay adapter. This little guy sits just underneath here in the center console, and it's plugged into where your phone would be plugged in. I have it just on a piece of double-sided Velcro, so it's just stuck up there and out of the way. When you turn the car on, and there you go. Wireless CarPlay. Okay, this next bit has to do with the center console. Obviously, if you're watching this video, you probably either own a Rav4 or have been in one. So you know that the center console can be kind of a rat's nest. And so this thing sort of tries to eliminate that, or at least organize the rat's nest. So you get, this divider that I've basically used to hold various things that I would use all the time, like gum and my headphones for the gym. And then it's got this tray that separates the top portion of the glove box from the bottom. So you can see down here, it's got regular other stuff, car adapters, headlamp, emergency flashlight, spare keys, etc. But what this does that I like is sort of hide that mess so that your glove box, or your center console rather, is just a little more organized. One thing I don't like is that it is not easy to get stuff. It's not easy to get stuff down there. Like putting this in and out, especially if you are using these two cables right here, is annoying. So that's something to consider. I've basically just decided that only things that I need on a very daily basis live in this box up here, and then things that need to be in the car but that I don't need on a regular basis live in the bit underneath. Would I recommend it? Yeah. It's nice to have things to keep your car organized. It's not the best thing. It's not the best solution in the world, but it'll do. Extra bonus item, which is this guy, which is a Visor Organizer. Now I know this isn't probably the coolest thing to have in your car. I remember back in the day these were full of CDs, but it's nice to just like keep things like loose change and a pen and extra paper handy, a notebook, some napkins or whatever. Just keep them up and out of the way inside the car, but they're not just like in all your nooks and crannies. The last bit on the inside of the car to make your Rav4 extra cool was this. I got this black emblem overlay for the steering wheel. So I've seen this thing on the steering wheel recommended to me by other people, and sometimes they say that it's because there's a glare off the silver chrome one that can be distracting while driving, which I didn't actually realize was a thing until I put the black one on and noticed how much there wasn't that glare. But it wasn't like I was driving around going like, my steering wheel's blinding me. Why did Toyota do this? In all honesty, I'm just gonna tell you that I think it looks cool that it's all black, but in retrospect, I do notice now that it was glarier than it currently is. Was it blinding me like the sun is right now? No, it was not. Do I think it looks cool? Yeah, I think it looks cool. One last thing is this car table, which you use by flipping your steering wheel upside down and then hooking it onto it. At first, I thought this was really dumb, but it's super handy when you're going on road trips and you're like, eating a lunch in the car. This way crumbs don't get everywhere. It even has a little cup holder, which I don't super trust. I'd much rather use the actual cup holder right there. But For something that's super cheap and that you think would be really stupid, it actually works really well and helps keep my car, you know, neat and organized. I just slide it under the passenger seat when I'm not using it. Highly recommend. Car table. It has two sides. One is flat and has like a pen holder, so you could conceivably use it as like a workstation, but like I don't see why you couldn't use this side just as well. Anyway, yeah, another bonus item, car table. So there you go. That was 6, well, I guess 7 things that I've done to the inside of this 5th generation RAV4 that have significantly improved its comfort and functionality for me. If you found these things useful, there are links to purchase them online in the description below. Also, if you found this useful, stay tuned for part 2, where we go over things that I've done to the exterior of the vehicle that have also improved its functionality, or, you know, just made it look cooler. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.